So our session today is going to try to help you make your finances more secure.
Clearly you need it, well, I shouldn't say clearly. I would think that you would need an accountant. I haven't done my own taxes in about 35 years. It's gotten way too complicated, and I'm a tax attorney. So I definitely think you need an accountant. I think you ought to have a life insurance professional involved in your life, either if you have a lot of money and you're going to have to pay estate taxes, or if you have people you care about and are going to be leaving them behind, potentially without your earning capacity. Whether you need a financial planner depends on whether some of the other people in your life fill this role. So many life insurance professionals also have expertise in financial planning. Many money managers also have expertise in financial planning. Some estate planning attorneys also have expertise in financial planning. So it really depends on who all these people are in your life, what resources you have, and the amount of money you have.
The life insurance side, unfortunately we have, or I have in 25 years, come across many situations where clients have passed away. And we don't get either widows or widowers that say they wish they had less money. So it's been a critical part of our advisory side in regards to what we set up. And it's all going through that fact find. It's finding people like Jonathan, it's finding the right people who know what to do and how to do it and how to place it and then where to place it. A money manager actually manages the funds. So they say how much in your portfolio that you should have of stock, how much you should have in terms of bonds, how much should be left in cash, and then if there's any sort of alternative investments that will also be included. That's what the money manager does. The planner actually builds the plan along with you and with the money manager in order to make sure that it meets all your goals and objectives.
It's a team, but that's the actual
So let me give you an example. If I say I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and here's how much I make, and here's how much I have to invest. And my primary goal is to be able to send them to a private, I want them to go to Stanford or Harvard, they got a choice, okay?
And only those two.
And only those two. Then I will say, so tell me how to invest what I have to be able to achieve that goal. And then I say, oh, and by the way, you have to pretend with this. I'm 40, okay? And I would like to retire when I'm 65. And here's how much I make. So how should I invest so that I can both send my kids to Stanford and be able to retire when I'm 65? But the other thing Jonathan will come in and say is, great plan, Greg. That all ought to work as long as, Leah, you keep working every year and making the money you're making as a lawyer. But what if the truck jumps the divider and you're not around anymore? And then that's where someone will come in and say, you need some life insurance. Now, what if the truck jumps the divider and I survive, but I need long-term care? Again, that's why you need a team with lots of people, each of whom has a different expertise.
Okay, this all sounds great, but it's incredibly, fear-inducing for me because I don't know how to find these people, right? I mean, the thing that strikes me the most, having grown up in Los Angeles and fortunate enough to have a great network and now having been in the financial services industry and meeting all these great people, is you meet people and you would just generally assume in our position that they've got a team of great advisors. Yet most people aren't playing in the financial services world. They're in motion pictures and television, and their day-to-day life is dealing with producers and directors and studio heads and publicity folks and what have you. So it's very scary, frankly. And it's particularly scary if it's not been something that you have focused on either in a team effort with your husband or your spouse, or that you've had somebody lead you along the path. And the moment that you get stuck with this decision of, oh my gosh, I'm in this situation where, my spouse has passed away, What do I do?
A fiduciary is someone in the highest level of financial responsibility. So a trustee is a fiduciary, a lawyer is a fiduciary, someone who's running your retirement plan is a fiduciary. It's just a fancy word for someone who can really be trusted.
You know, there's only two sure things, right? Death and taxes. You gotta talk to us no less than once a year, whether you like it or not, because you gotta get your tax return done. Even if you don't think anything has happened during the year to really get hold of us, you're gonna talk to us. And we're gonna know as your career progresses and you're saving money, because we're seeing your that you're investing money, or we're seeing your 10 cents of interest income, and we know you've got 300,000 in the bank. Well, okay, maybe now it's time you need to work with a financial advisor. And so, your accountant is a really good tool. We really do know. I have files on all my clients' estate plans when they do them, and, we do sometimes act as trustees, if there aren't any family members that are good for that.
Some people think that their accountant is just the person that files their tax returns. But an accountant's, the depth of their experience and what they can provide to you goes well beyond, just filling out your taxes on an annual basis, that there's a lot of consultative work that they can do with you. There are business management services where they can become essentially your bookkeeper, if you want them to be, and that they can just organize your life in a way that can give you a lot of comfort around, okay, this person has my back.
You've got to go to the person who you feel most comfortable with. Mm-hmm. It's really the individual that you think is going to follow through on what it is that you wish to have things happen the way that you've decided you want them to be, and the person who you've actually built some sort of relationship so that they do know who you are.